Thanks, Peter. Actually, that's one good piece of advice. If you're thinking about doing this, you need a partner, and make sure you really like it. Spend a lot of time together. But I'm going to start off, just give an introduction and hand over to Mindy. She's going to do the hard questions, and I'll be listening very carefully to what she says we're going to be doing in 20 years. But we were yellow dots. We were yellow dots for 30 years. Always sitting in a cubicle dreaming of being a farmer. And in 2008, we went from a yellow dot to a very proud green dot. So it was a big jump for us, a leap of faith. The stars aligned. We initially thought we were going to put in a proposal on one of the Cottage Valley National Park Countryside Conservancy farms. And at the time that we were looking at doing that, we got connected through Danita Anderson at the North Union Farmers Market to somebody who was putting their market putting their farm on the market rather. And we found out that they were doing that. And that weekend, we got in a car from Chicago, saw the farm, and made them an offer before we left. So there's been no turning back since then. Breezy Hill Farm, we're down in Columbiana County. It's about an hour and a half at least away from here. We have 23 acres, of which about 5 are in vegetable production, and that's our core business. We do organically grown vegetables for direct sale at farmers markets. We are foodies, I would say we're foodies, and so a lot of what we target is doing heirloom varieties or specialty things, and we love to go to markets and with recipes and talk to customers about how to use grappini or whatever it is that we're selling at that time. So we do some small amount of chickens or eggs and meat, but it's not a core business for us. One thing that's unique about us, we do use high tunnels. You'll see in the middle picture there, we do grow 4 seasons pretty heavily actually through the winter months. And our mentor is Elliot Coleman. We followed his lead fairly carefully. He's doing the same thing up in Maine very successfully. We just had a market in January where we had our highest single sales market in January in Ohio. So, and it was all fresh fruit. As I said, we started out in 2008. 2009 was our first year, which was a big learning year for us. And neither of us are farmers. We were backyard gardeners, but we're environmental scientists. But so it's been a learning curve for us. So 2009 was starting year. 2010, we tripled our sales from the first year. So we're pretty happy. We feel like we're sort of on track now, and our markets, we do the 2 Countryside Conservancy markets in Akron. One's at Stan Hewitt Hall, and the second one down in the Cottage Valley at Howe Meadow. We do a 3rd market in Canton at the Travasky Vineyard. In the winter, we work with the Local Roots. Local Roots got the Local Food Hero Award for Ohio in 2010. It's a fantastic group of people, all dedicated to local food. It's a great market. You should check it out if you have a chance. In Worcester. We also sell off the farm, and we through an email system where we send out emails and get orders, and then custom pack orders for customers. So I'm going to hand over to Mindy.
So, what's the next?
What's your vision for your farm 20 years from now?
20 years from now. So that's where some of you come in, hopefully. We have pockets full of cards. We'd like to invite you to please come visit us and spend some time with us. Of course, we are looking for free labor. We do have an apartment, so we can even provide some housing. But no, we're pretty amazed with ourselves, I have to say, because we obviously are older coming into this business. But we were very determined to do this and do it right and do it completely, not only for ourselves, but also to provide the opportunity to show people and invite people to see that it is it's something that can be achieved. I mean, we are again just going into our 3rd year of production, And the amount that we are making is really sustaining us and then some. So it is doable. And especially the winter producing has just been amazing to us. We had installed our third high tunnel, completed it in October, I believe. Well, we actually put the plastic on top, but we were able to plant it out prior to that. So again, of course, it's very tricky with winter growing and timing and temperatures and day lengths and sunlight, but that we were fortunate to have planted it out at such a time so that everything was pretty much fully grown. And come January, as Phil had mentioned, we had some of our most successful markets bringing things such as carrots and radishes and turnips and salad mix and spinach and arugula and rapini, and there's a whole host of products to market. So it's very doable. We do have on our farm we have mineral rights on our farm, so we're very fortunate to have free gas. So that obviously does help as far as limited heating. So again, in 20 years, we want to turn it over to some ambitious young person out there. I mean, we want to still have a hand in it and be a part of it, but we would love to possibly be one of those in a great publication such as Growing for Market saying, we need a farm manager, we need somebody to come in and help us run the business. So that would be our future. But right now, I think we've probably grown with a couple employees and added employees during the summer to about as much as we'd like to, with possibly some added tillage.
And what's your brief best advice for somebody who wants to follow in your footsteps?
And my best advice is just don't get in the way of yourselves. Don't get overwhelmed by details. When we were in Chicago, I worked with a dear friend who was essentially a guerrilla gardener, and we established children's gardens and vegetable gardens and perennial gardens. And she was always, her mantra was, if you have to meet about it, you could have been out there weeding. Which made so much sense to me, that we eliminated so much of just what you get bogged down into and just get out there and do it. And even I, who was a pretty much dive in there and go for it type of person, I learned to overcome so much of my hang-ups as far as just bogged down in the details. Just trust yourself and trust your instincts and go for it.
Thank you.